Hey everyone, it's Ashley here for Not2Shabby, and today I'm back with another design team project for this week. If you do head over to the shop, you can use my coupon code CRAFTYGIRL to save 10%. I will link all the products that I share below. So today I have this really cute birthday card, and I used an action wobble to make that little guy be on that little airplane there, and he has a little birthday hat. And his other little friends there are just watching him in awe of how cute and spunky he is on his birthday. So I just had so much fun putting this little wobble on this card. And you guys know I always love Lawn Fawn, and it was so nice to play with some Lawn Fawn stamps again. It has been a while since I used any Lawn Fawn products. So I used this really cute set here. This one is Wild for You. I absolutely love all of the little critters on this set, and the fonts are fantastic. I love how it's stamped out, Have a Wild Birthday. I also used this set, which is by Lawn Fawn, and it's called Plain and Simple, and I used that cute little paper airplane and that little heart smoke coming out the back, and I also used some of the clouds. The other stamp set I used is Upon a Star. This stamp set is precious. I'm so excited to use these little guys on a ton of cards, and they turned out so cute, kind of like peeking up at their little friend. I also used the outside-in stitched rectangle stackables, and so that was how I got some of my stitching. And then I used these stitched hillside borders. These were a free with 60 purchase over in the Not2Shabby shop. And then I also used the Lawn Fawn large stitch rectangle stackables for a few of the dies there as well. I used the action wobbles. These are the mini action wobbles. You get 12 in the pack, and they're adhesive, so you just peel it off, adhere it onto your little guy, and then you can make anything wobble, and it's just such a cute way to add something spunky onto a card. I also used 2 paper pads. I used the MFT Dots and Stripes Confections, and then I also used that for the green and blue polka dots, and then I also used the Doodlebug design. This is a really much older set, but this one is Hip Hip Hooray. So let's get into the process video. So I'm going to start out by stamping out these images. So I'm starting out with the Upon a Star set, and I'm just stamping out that cute little fox. And then I'm going to stamp out that little bunny. She's so cute. Then from the Wild for You set, I'm just going to stamp out that little mouse. It is so precious. And that set actually coordinates with the Elfie Selfie set, which came out last release, I believe. Then I'm just using the little paper airplane, and you could do a really cool card with those just flying all over it. Plus, those would be so cute for little tags. And then I'm just stamping out 2 of each of the sizes of the clouds. I wasn't sure how many I would need or what sizes I'd want, so I just did 2 of each of them. So now let's get into the coloring. I'm using Copic markers today. The first color I'm using for the fox is YR07, and I'm just adding in where I feel like the darkest shading will be. And then I'm blending that out using YR04. And I thought it'd be cute if he was a nice bright orange color. And then I'm blending him out with YR02. For his little tail, I went in with W1 and W3 just to give that part a little bit more depth, and then I'm going back in with the YR07 just to give it a little bit more of color. I'm using BG13 and BG10 for that little birthday hat. I thought the mouse would be so cute with that. Then for the green, I'm using YG06 and YG03. For the little mouse, I use N4, and then I blend that out with N0. And then I use R20 just for the little ears and cheeks. And then I went over it with N0 just to blend it and bring the color down a little bit. For the little bunny, I used E34 and E30. And this is just a cute little lighter brown color that I found in my set of Copics. And I wish now I would have kept the little bunny tail white, but I do go in and add it to be brown. It's still cute brown, but it would have really popped if I had left it white. So that's an idea if you're making your card. Then I used BG13 and BG10 for the little paper airplane, and the 2 colors, I kind of needed a color between them, so I'm just doing tip to tip with my Copics, and this won't wreck your Copics. It's just a nice way to get a color in between the 2. Then I'm taking BG000, and I'm just adding a little bit of blue on those clouds just to give them a little something. I feel like it makes them look puffy and like fluffy a little bit. And then on the smoke, I went in with N0 just to give that a little bit of color and dimension as well. Then I took my black jelly pen for the nose of all the critters, and then I'm just taking my white jelly pen and I'm just going to add a little dot on the little mouse cheeks. And now I'm just cutting them all apart so that I can fussy cut them. There is coordinating dies that you can purchase for the Lawn Fawn stamps, and I will have it all linked below for you, but I'm just using my fussy cutting scissors to trim them all apart, and it wasn't actually too difficult. I just used these sewing scissors that I purchased. I think I got them off of eBay, and they work so great. I love my sewing scissors. So I'm just cutting out all the little pieces and kind of adding them on the table here where I'll want them to be on my card just to kind of get an idea. And I just love this little scene. One of my favorite things to do with Lawn Fawn stamps is to make scenes. All their stamp sets coordinate really nicely together, and they all are like equal sized images, so you can just use any type of image from any of their sets and they coordinate together so nicely. So I'm cutting out all the little clouds there, and now I'm just going to do the little fox. And I just cannot get over how cute they are looking up. I cannot wait to use these for a Christmas card and have like snowflakes falling down. So for the dies, I'm taking the large stitch rectangle die and cutting that out on white cardstock. I'm taking this doodlebug paper and I'm cutting it out with the inside out stitched rectangle there. And then I'm taking the second size from the inside out stitch rectangle and cutting that out on blue and green paper in the same size. And now I'm going to take that green one and I'm going to use these stitched hillside borders. And I think these are just like a generic company. I'm not really sure the company of them. They were a freebie over in Jamie's shop. And I'm just cutting them out with a whole bunch of different hillsides. Because the whole outside is stitched, I can kind of choose where I want these to be. So now I'm going to take my A2 sized card and I'm just using my ETG gun and I'm just adhering down the white cardstock, this cute little balloon cardstock, which I thought was so perfect for a birthday card with clouds. And now I can add on the little stitched hillsides to make a cute little background. And I put them down a little bit too high, so I had to kind of lift them up and put them down again, and it won't matter because my little images will cover it up. And then I just added in a little bit more adhesive there. So now I'm just going to set on my images just to kind of get an idea of where I want them to be. And I can just not get over how cute this little mouse is. And I think this is just such a nice masculine card. I have a lot of trouble finding cards for like my husband or my nephew or like my brother-in-laws and that kind of thing. So it's so nice to have a card that is totally like me, where they know I gave it to them and it's still like cutesy but not so girly. So I'm really happy with how this one came out. I absolutely love these stitched or these word phrases that are in this kit. They are so nice. I love the font of them so much. That wild is like perfect. And so I put have a wild birthday, and I thought that it was fun because this little mouse is a little bit wild on that paper airplane there. So I'm just adhering all of my pieces down and seeing where I want them to go. And I did say I'm going to do the little wobble part. And at this point, I hadn't decided I was going to do that yet. So I'm just adhering him down. But in a few seconds here, I'm going to go back and show you how I made him into the action wobble. So I'm just putting on these little clouds, and they're so perfect to kind of like set the scene here. And so I'm just adhering those last few down. And then I'm going to put down the little fox and the little bunny. And now is when I decide these have to be an action wobble card. So I'm taking the little action wobble, and it is adhesive. So you just peel off the little like label part on it, and then you can put it right on there. And I think that other side is supposed to go down. So you want the clear part to go on the little mouse. And there it is. And how cute is this little guy? I can just not stop flicking that. It's so precious. I think I'm going to save this for my husband's birthday, which isn't until March, so he has a while to wait for it, but I love it so much. I'm totally going to save it in my stash. So thank you, as always, so much for watching. It means so much to me when you guys leave comments. I love to hear your comments. If you haven't, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.